Change gonna come. It's been long. Long time coming. I know. The change gonna come. Buenos dias, todos. If you're new, just checking in. Um, Welcome. I'm your host, Keith, your man of letters, here to bring you knowledge, information, and a bit of entertainment as per usual. Um, just woke up, so I'm a little on the sleeps side of things. But I was dream journaling this morning, and a thought came to me, as thoughts do. And I realized something significant about dream journaling. Now, that being said, this isn't about dream journaling so much as it is about anything else in life. Oh shit, there's a whole bunch of y'all checked into the room already. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull up my YouTube video on my computer so that so I can read you guys' comments. Yeah, one second. Naturally blessed. Hola. Hola, hola, naturally blessed. Hey, Mickey Kelmer. I'm doing well. How are you doing? How you doing? Vegetarian, vegan by trial, naturally blessed. China White. Buenos días también. Naturally blessed. Um, keep trying to catch your lives, but I keep missing them. Anywho, back to the lucid journey. Um, some girl just posted a video about using vaginal fluids as perfume, and I guess it's called vabbing. Um, oh yeah, can you give me that Discord link? Someone post that Discord link in the box right now so I can pull it up. Because the one I copy and pasted didn't work, so I think I might have left out a number or left out a letter or something. It's been a long time coming. From France? Oh man. Bonjour. Bonjour de Californie. Comment, comment. Damn, I don't remember any of my French. Je m'appelle Keith. Oh, there's definitely some witchy shit to that. There's definitely science to it because it's pheromones and vaginal fluid. You, John Smith. Super funny. Oh, je vais bien aussi. Je vais bien aussi. Alright, y'all, I guess we'll get into the video topic so we can BS for a little bit and do some random stuff. And talk about the Lament of Hermes, which is something interesting that I came across last night. Okay, so the brain has triggers. What happens when we dream is we Here's a conception of lucid dreaming that we tend to get. Hold on, I gotta like. You know what I like having? The reminder. So, on my coin. A lot of people think that when you dream journal and you lucid dream that you remember more. No, I have the link for the Discord. Never mind. I'll talk about that in a second. Most people think that when you lucid dream and you dream journal that you remember more from the dreams. But I have been lucid dreaming. Not lucid. Well, yeah, I've been lucid dreaming and more importantly, dream journaling for probably 10 years now. This is one of many folders. This one's not quite filled yet, but this is all dream journaling. Just a shit ton. And I actually write really small too. What up, Self Elevation? Glad to see you here. What I've learned from dream journaling for extensive periods of time and not dream journaling for extensive periods of time, going back and forth, sort of that pulse that we talk about, that rhythm that we talk about, which brings to life creation. What I've learned is that dream journaling doesn't help you recall dreams. Dream journaling trains your mind to fill in the gaps of your dreams. What I mean by that, but not fill in the gaps, but it creates more of the dream in and of itself. So say, for example, someone who never dream journals and they don't dream very much, they have a dream. Let's say what they recall from the dream is, oh, I went to the store and there was an elephant waiting in line next to me. I don't know, something silly like that. And they go, well, what else happened? And they go, oh, I don't really remember what else happened. It's not that they don't remember. See, that's the mix-up. It's not that they don't remember what happened in the dream. It's that literally nothing else happened in the dream. And the reason why when they try to remember something, it's blurry or there's gaps or they're like, I don't understand how I got from here to there, or I don't understand how this came out of nowhere. It's not that they don't remember it. It's that it didn't happen. It never happened. It's like when you read words. Have you ever seen the I forgot what the test is, but basically you take out all the vowels of a word and you just write the first two letters, the last two letters, and a consonant in the middle. And your brain is able to read entire paragraphs with only the first letter, the last letter, and a couple consonants in between. And your brain is able to put together to fill in the rest. There's nothing actually there, but you sort of infer because you've been reading your entire life. That's how dream journaling works. Right now, most people just infer. Their mind fills in the blanks. There's nothing really that happens in between. They just get the gist of the dream. But when you dream journal, it's not, yes, you remember more, but more importantly than remembering more is that your brain actually fills in details to almost a finer degree. And I realized that as I was dream journaling this morning, and I had a dream last night. It was a really cool dream. I still feel it. My dreams have been crazy powerful these past couple weeks. Like I wake up still feeling like I'm in them. Like I feel like I'm in my town, but I'm also in a movie in my town. It's a really strange sensation. It's like watching a really fucking good movie and walking out of the movie with that feeling still in you, except it was a dream, so it's a little deeper. Anywho, I was dreaming that it was a silly dream. I was chilling with my brother and one of his homies, and I had a wedgie. Weird, but it was the craziest wedgie I've ever experienced in my life. So I had to go indoors to the bathroom to get this wedgie out because I was in public and I didn't want to be ripping out this wedgie in public. So I go into the stall, into the bathroom, and I start pulling this wedgie out. And there was a girl in the stall next to me because there was these weird unisex bathrooms where everything goes, kind of like Europe, I guess, is a thing. Whatever. So there's this girl in the stall next to me, and she goes, is there anyone in the stall next to me? And I'm like, yeah. obviously. I was here, like, you heard me come in. And she goes, oh, do you want some whiskey? And I was like, sure, I'll take some whiskey. So she hands me from under the stall a cup, like a chalice, a fucking goblet of whiskey. And I was like, oh shit, I thought she was gonna give me like a little shot or something. She gave me a big ass fucking. So I'm like taking swigs. Like, I'm like having a conversation with her, just drinking the whiskey as if it were fucking a cup of water or something. And for what she's just homies for whatever reason. And then 3 other of her friends join, and we're all having conversations over the top of the bathroom stalls, just merrymaking. And it was so strange, but so cool at the same time. One of her friends is writing down like roles for us. Like we all have roles in the group. Like this friend is that friend, like the comedian friend, and this friend is that friend. Um, she was writing it out on a piece of paper, and she goes, "Okay, like which of you guys likes to think?" And in my head, I start thinking. I'm like, "Well, I don't really like to think that much." And I was like, "Well, I like to think a little bit. I like to think about things I like to think about." And I told her that. I was like, "Well, I was like, it depends. I like thinking about things I like to think about," which demonstrated unrealizing to me demonstrated that I'm a thinker, and I'm like, I don't like to think. It depends on what I'm thinking about. And then everyone just erupts into laughter. They're like, of course, he's the thinker. So she goes, you're the thinker. And then everyone starts laughing hysterically, including myself. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I am the thinker. Um, and that was it. That was the end of the dream. Some other stuff happened, but what I was getting at, back to the point of this video, was I kept trying to put together like how I got from point A to point B, and I remember the dream fucking clear as day, perfectly vividly. And I'm writing the dream out, and that was the sensation that came to me. Wasn't that I couldn't remember how I got from point A to point B, was that there was no transition from point A to point B. Just like when you read the words and you're able to read the word with just the beginning letter and the last letter and the context of the sentence itself, you can put together what it says. That's what was happening during the actual dream time. In real time, during the dream time, that's what was happening. I was inferring. So we learn from our dreams through the subconscious mind. Sometimes it's silly shit, like I woke up in the morning and had a wedgie. That's why I fucking was dreaming about having a wedgie. I'm sure there was no grand oracle Matrix style fucking epiphany of me having a wedgie in a dream. I literally just had a wedgie in real life, and like the dream was reenacting that. So of course, some of your dreams is just silliness, but other stuff is super profound and prophetic, even. Um, and so that's why it's so important to keep the dream journal. Not even prophetic. It could be even just something you need to work through in your personal life, your daily life, something that needs to come out, something that needs to be expressed. Like the thing that I felt in the dream was I haven't I've always had friend groups of like 4 to 5 people where we're just tight. We're super fucking homies. Like do everything, not everything together, but could do everything together. And I remember at that moment in the dream, as I was writing the dream journal out, or even upon awakening, I thought, damn, I missed that. And that's sort of what my subconscious mind was. Because at the end of the dream, I was like, oh my god, I got to get these guys' numbers because, like, I don't want to. I want to keep this feeling, like the camaraderie, the friendship, the pureness of laughter. That was what I learned from the dream. That's something that I missed because I haven't had that in a couple years. Um, for some of my entire life, probably that I haven't had that in a couple years. So that's what I learned from the dream. Because at the end of the dream, I was like, God, I gotta get these people's numbers. Like, I gotta stay in touch. And so I write my number down in the girl's journal. And in the dream, I was like, oh my God, I hope she can read my writing. It's super sloppy. And she turns to the back of the notebook. She flips through the pages. And my name is already written in the back of her notebook in her own handwriting. And my full first, middle, and last name is written out flawlessly with my phone number. I was like, oh shit, well done. Um, Anywho, case in point, what they don't tell you about dream journaling is not so much, yes, it helps you remember dreams more. Yes, it helps you um, lucid dream, which is another facet of knowledge that you can get, connection that you can get from your dreams. One of the important things of lucid dreaming is it really dials in the different areas and the different aspects of your dream, because everything corresponds to everything else, right? Whether it's something silly like me having a wedgie in real life and it showing up in my dream, or something more profound like missing the camaraderie of friendship that was obviously showing up in the dream. Um, but we can't get that if you guys don't fucking pay attention to your dreams. Take them seriously. Start dream journaling. And I guess one of the reasons too that I'm sharing this is to show you, is to get you guys excited about dream journaling, because God, there's so much stuff that you can do, so much stuff that you can learn, and so many details to your dreams. Obviously, so many details to you that show up in your dreams. Um, like the fact that I went into the bathroom and that she handed me whiskey. You know, what does whiskey represent to me? You know, if I really thought about it, I'm sure it would correspond to the dream. Like, I don't drink liquor alone, ever. The only time I drink liquor is when I'm doing lives with you guys, when I would drink the gin, and again, that was because I wanted to share a space with you guys, a camaraderie. And when I take shots of whiskey with the homies, I'm downtown, hanging with the squad, or I'm pre-gaming at the homie's house, waiting to go out downtown. So it's always, liquor's always been a sense of camaraderie for me. So it makes perfect sense that she's like, yo, you want a shot of whiskey in the bathroom? Like, yeah, beginning of camaraderie. So every part of your dream has a corresponding element to the waking world, and vice versa. And the more we dream journal, the more of these aspects come through, the more of these tidbits of information that teaches things come through. So bada bing, bada boom. Um, Dream journal more often, you guys. Who's a good old blues artist to listen to? What's up, you guys? Welcome to the live. If you're just checking in, you pretty much missed the entire beginning. My bad. As a recap, dream journal more often, because your dreams, your brain will be trained to be more intricate in weaving the dream space, so that you can learn more and experience more and feel more. Feel more, you know what I mean? I'll scroll back through your guys' comments right now. There it is. I copy and pasted the completely wrong URL, John Smith. I don't know how the hell I managed to do that. But I'm in the Discord. Man of letters. What should everyone call you? Should I write my name in the Discord as Man of Letters, or should I just put Keith? I probably shouldn't be that extra. I want to be that extra, but I probably shouldn't be that extra. Psychedelic reading, huh? I need a collection, yo. I need a collection. B girl, what up? Isis. Is that a dream catcher on the wall, Shelly? Yeah, it is. One of my friends made it. She was. She was. both is and was from Sweden. And when she moved back home, she gave me one of her dream catchers because she used to make some really amazing dream catchers. J Catalyst, no, I've never had a dream go black before. That I can recall, at least. You're thinking about whether you like to think. Ooh, Simone Gaming. First of all, Simone Gaming, what games do you like to play? A fellow gamer here myself. Um, Second of all, here's another thing about dreaming, you guys. Traveling to places that you're unfamiliar with or that you're not used to instigates dreaming. I don't know if you've noticed this when you stay in hotels or when you go camping or stay at um, distant relatives' house, etc. You dream more. There's something about it. I can't remember the article. Don't quote me. But being in um, new environments, this is why they say you should travel as much as you can. Being in new environments literally reworks your genetic code and unlocks certain genes to where you access different parts of your DNA, you access different parts of your brain and your consciousness. And scientists think it has something to do with when you're in an unfamiliar surrounding, you have this sort of fight or flight to a small degree, where you have a hyper awareness of your surroundings because whenever you're in a new situation, you have to be ready for new encounters, new dangers, new opportunities, new whatever. So you're almost hyper focused and hyper aware. So your whole body chemistry changes when you're in new environments. Um, so it doesn't surprise me that you would have the longest lucid dream ever when you visited California. Bella Rodriguez, what up? Ross Henderson, Smokey Robinson. It's a good tip. Smokey? I was thinking older than that. We're having crazy movie like dreams almost every night since doing semen retention. Yeah, semen retention's no joke. If you want to power yourself with some pranic shit, meditation, semen retention, those are two powerful things. The resonance of the room numbers influences dreams and astral travel. Max Spires speaks of this. So does Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla also used to only stay in hotel rooms that what the fuck's the word for it? Someone help me. When you add up all the numbers and reduce them to a single digit. So if you have like 574, you add 5, 7, and 4. It's 9, 7, 16, 7. So that equals 7. Well, Nikola Tesla would only stay in rooms that equaled 3, 6, 1, 9. Queen Noir. The way to Well, lucid dreaming is when you have full awareness of your dream. And I know at first it does seem like a silly question, but it's actually a legitimate question because I've had dreams where I know I'm dreaming, but I'm still not lucid. So the silliest response I can give you is you'll know when you know. Like when you go lucid in a dream, you're gonna fucking know. You're gonna go, holy shit, this is what lucid dreaming is like. So I guess I'll give you an example of my first dream. Of me having dreams where I know I'm dreaming as compared to a lucid dream. Story time. Take your shoes off, stay a while. When I have nightmares, part of my nightmare is that I know I'm dreaming but I can't wake up. And I think that happened because I used to watch Freddy Krueger a lot as a kid. It was one of my favorite horror movies, but it would scare the fuck out of me. But part of Freddy Krueger is you're trapped in a dream and he kills you inside the dream. You can't wake up. It's like, oh my god, I can't wake up, I can't wake up. And Freddy Krueger's like, meh. So that's what happens in my dreams now when I'm having a nightmare. So studying lucid dreaming, and the whole point of lucid dreaming is to, of course, become aware that you're dreaming. So I thought, holy shit, my nightmares. I know I'm dreaming in a nightmare, but I can't wake up. So I thought, next time I have a nightmare, I'm going to use it as an opportunity to go lucid. So that's exactly what happened. I that same very fucking night, that same night, I had a nightmare where I was being chased around a house by these demon-like Tasmanian devil things. Like, I could see the top portion of their body, but the bottom portion was a blur, like the Tasmanian devil from Looney Tunes. Well, I'm running from these demons, and at one point I'm running down a long hallway. I'm trying to wake up. Keith, wake up. Fuck, wake up. These demons are trying to get you. And I'm thinking that, and I go, oh, that's right. This is what you were planning for. You're having a nightmare. Go lucid. And so sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you, but in my dream space, I'm sort of third person. Not always, but a good amount of times I'm third person. So I'm running down this hallway third person, and I go, oh my god, I'm having a nightmare. I'm dreaming. And I go from third person, and I slam into the back of my body. So I'm looking first person now, like through my own eyes. And I remember the carpet was like 70s square pattern, kind of like earthy 70 orange, yellow, brown tones and square patterns. And I remember feeling the carpet under my toes and seeing the corners of the rooms. And I was looking around. I was in my body. It was in my hands, in my feet, in my eyeballs. And I walk outside. The demon people aren't demon people. They're not Tasmanian devils anymore. They're like 9 foot tall, light purple skinned, fire red haired, avatar looking women, like tribal Amazonian looking women. And I ask one of them, like, they're all huddled around the chiefess, and she's like a foot taller than the rest of them. She's like 10, 11 feet tall, and she's glaring at me, all pissed off. And I go to the closest one, and I'm like, hey, what happened? Like, you guys were chasing me, all of a sudden you stopped. And she looked down at me, and she said, Keith, if you only knew what you were capable of, you would devour us. Only she was looking at me like this, because I'm 5'8", and she's like 9 foot tall, and so she says that. And I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? And then she turns back to look at the priestess who was talking to them. I couldn't hear what the priestess was saying. Anywho, that was my first lucid dream. So in the dream, I went through all 3 phases. Or in my nightmares, I'm able to go through all 3 phases, which might be a good way for you to realize the difference between vivid dreaming and lucid dreaming. My nightmares are, first of all, having a dream. Second of all, realizing I'm having a nightmare, but I can't wake up, right? So that's the vividness, that's the clarity, that's the knowing that I'm in a dream, but still not lucid. And then there's, of course, when I guess, decided, or when I made the understanding of going lucid, and I went from third person to first person. So I don't really know how. I don't really have an answer for you as far as how do you know for sure you're lucid dreaming, because dreams are so subtle, they're so strange. It's such a bizarre realm of existence as compared to the waking world. So I honestly feel like it might be different for everybody, but that's how it works for me. So maybe the next time you're in a dream and you're having some sort of clarity, this conversation will trigger some sort of lucid experience. Because I guarantee you, if you're still on the fence of whether or not you've had a lucid dream, you probably haven't had a lucid dream, because lucid dreams are so substantial, they're so profound that you usually know, you know? Johnny Ray Brampton, haven't seen you in a while, man. I hope you've been well. Everyone say what up to Johnny Ray. That dude's on some shit. So do you guys want to hear the Lament of Hermes before I make an official top shelf quality audiobook version of it? I came across a YouTube channel of someone, I forgot his channel name, but it was really cool, you guys. It was, let me see if I can. His name, I'll put his, you guys should go follow his channel, because he's got that dark feel that I like a lot. That dark, profound, not dark like evil, but dark as in shrouded in mystery. Um, and his YouTube channel is Altrusion Grace Media. And him and I are gonna link up on something in the near future and collab. I don't know what yet, but we're gonna do it. And I found the Lament of Hermes on his channel, and it's a beautiful piece of work. I like it a lot. But it's super relevant. It's crazy relevant right now because what Toth is describing is happening right now, and this was written 2,000 years ago. Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. What? What the hell? If you hear that god-awful hum in the background, it's the fan from my computer. Forgive me. I had a dream I was doing the nasty with this girl I really liked. I've always wondered if wet dreams are low-key succulents trying to get into, or what's the opposite of a succulent? An incubus, low-key trying to get into your dreams. It's the letters, man. Yui, what's up? Yui, you wouldn't happen to be the one that just joined my Patreon, did you? Was that you? Because it was Yui, but it was spelled differently, and just joined the Patreon. And now I have 2 patrons, and I'm super excited about it. I'm up to like, oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I really do. Oh. Good luck on the move, Johnny. Where was I? Damn, this is the Discord? Nice. Dude, John Smith, you killed it on this Discord. This is amazing. This is so cool. Reptilian is playing Fortnite. That's so cool. Dope. That's awesome. Hmm. That's amazing. Nice. Huey, you got the book? Damn, the book's fire. Hello, everyone that's coming in and out of the live group. We've already gone over the dream section. And long story short, start dream journaling so that your dreams can be more intricate, so that your mind can get trained to fill in details more, so that you can learn more. Okay. Can't remember what I was saying, but Oi. Succulent. That's a plant. I mean succubus. Did I say succulent? I meant succubus. I bought some peyote seeds recently, and they're succulents. So I think succulents have been on my mind lately. But had to unsub some rubbish and thought it's much better sent to you. Thanks, man. Thanks, I really appreciate that. But fucking John Smith and I were actually just talking about this. So, um, sorry, shameless self um, promotion here for me and John. So John Smith, I don't know if you guys know, John Smith has been making um, every thumbnail that I've released in probably the past, I don't know, would you say month or so, John? And he's doing it all out of the kindness of his own heart. And he was going to, they are a cactus. Well, no, you're right, they are a cactus. No, you're right, they're a cactus, not succulent. My bad. Um, hmm. Though succulents might be cacti, or cacti might be succulents, one or the other. Anywho, I'm using the Patreon basically so I can start having John Smith to write SEO for my YouTube videos. As you know, basically what SEO is, it drives people to your channel. So tagging videos, writing a description that includes those tags, and a title that includes those description words and tag words, and all doing it in a cohesive way is more or less what SEO is. So when the Patreon gets big enough, I can hire someone, John Smith, um, to help the channel grow that much faster, because it's time to quit the day job, or not quit the day job, but it's time to get a little more freedom with my life. Um, and in this world, finances helps a lot, and we're already accomplishing that thing. We're getting close to our goal. We have $30 a month. I know it's basically enough for one meal and one beer here in Santa Barbara, but um, we're growing. And you guys have been supporting and sharing my content and liking the videos and leaving comments and joining the lives and chipping in, and joining the Patreon. So fuck, thank you guys. I appreciate all the help. Um, thanks. Oh yeah, subtitles for the videos too. The shit's no joke, you guys. Shit's no joke. Okay, cool. So I might just end this live right now, or we can read over the Lament of Hermes real quick. How do you guys feel about that? Unless y'all have something to do, because I'm probably gonna go down to the greenhouse and check on my frankincense plants and my white sage plants and all the other goodies I got going. Isis? Every day is magical. John Smith, I would be sad if you started pitching into the Patreon. You do so much for me already, man. You don't even worry about the Patreon. Don't even worry about it. All right. For those of you that just chimed in right now, we're about to read the Lament of Hermes, which is more relevant now than it probably ever has been in the history of since it was written. Give me 1 second. Oh, qué bonita. Okay. Alright, now that that's done, we will begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an unofficial reading by candlelight. It's not nighttime, but we do have one candle burning over here off to the side. And Regina Darling. I've always loved when people have the name Darling. The Lament of Hermes, aka Thoth the Atlantean, Trismegistus the thrice great. Do you know, Asclepius, that Egypt is an image of heaven? Or to speak more exactly, in Egypt, all the operations of the powers which rule and work in heaven are present in the earth below. In fact, it should be said that the whole cosmos dwells in this our land as in a sanctuary. And yet, since it is fitting that wise men should have knowledge of all events before they come to pass, you must not be left in ignorance of what I will now tell you. There will come a time when it will have been in vain that Egyptians have honored the Godhead with heartfelt piety and service. And all our holy worship will be fruitless and ineffectual. The gods will return from earth to heaven. Egypt will be forsaken, and the land which was once the home of religion will be left desolate, bereft of the presence of its deities. O Egypt, Egypt of thy religion, nothing will remain but an empty tale, which thine own children in time to come will not even believe. Nothing will be left but graven words, and only the stones will tell of thy piety. And in that day men will be weary of life, and they will cease to think the universe worthy of reverence, wonder, and worship. They will no longer love this world around us, the incomparable work of God, this glorious structure which he has built, this sum of good made up of many diverse forms, this instrument whereby the will of God operates in that which he has made. Ungrudgingly favoring man's welfare. This combination and accumulation of all the manifold things that call forth the veneration, praise, and love of the beholder. Darkness will be preferred to light, and death will be thought more profitable than life. No one will raise his eyebrows to the heaven, The pious will be deemed insane, the impious wise, the madman will be thought a brave man, and the wicked will be esteemed as good. Sound familiar? As for the soul, and the belief that it is immortal by nature, or may hope to attain to immortality as I have taught you, all this they will mock, and even persuade themselves that it is false. No word or reverence or piety, no utterance worthy of heaven will be heard or believed. And so the gods will depart from mankind, a grievous thing. And only evil angels will remain, who will mingle with men and drive the poor wretches into all manners of reckless crime, into wars and robberies and frauds, and all things hostile to the nature of the soul. Then will the earth tremble, and the sea bear no ships. Heaven will not support the stars in their orbits. All voices of the gods will be forced into silence. The fruits of earth will rot, the soil will turn barren, and the very air will sicken with sullen stagnation. All things be disordered and awry, all good will disappear. But when all this has befallen Asclepius, then God, the creator of all things, will look on that which has come to pass, and will stop the disorder by the counterforce of his will, which is the good. He will call back to the right path those who have gone astray. He will cleanse the world of evil, washing it away with floods, burning it out with the fiercest fire, and expelling it with war and pestilence. And thus he will bring back his world to its former aspect, so that the cosmos will once more be deemed worthy of worship and wondering reverence. And God, the maker and maintainer of the mighty fabric, will be adored by the men of that day with continuous songs of praise and blessing. Such is the new birth of the cosmos. It is a making again of all things good, a holy and awe-inspiring restoration of all nature. And it is wrought inside of the process of time by the eternal will of the Creator. And so ends the Lament of Hermes. Yeah, that whole lament. I mean, yeah, no, it's. I mean, darkness will be preferred to light. Death will be thought more profitable than life. Think of the fucking institutions that don't cure diseases, that just make money off of diseases. No one will raise eyes to heaven. People don't believe in God anymore, right? The pious will be deemed insane, so religious people are insane, and the impious, those who do not show praise to creation, are the ones who are sane. Think of how detached science has become from spirit, in other words. The madman will be thought brave, and the wicked will be esteemed as good. Are we not living in those times now? I guess it depends on who you ask. Anywho. Who am I? if not a humble messenger? Who am I if not a humble messenger? Glad you can sleep well now, Huey. And thank you kindly for your contribution to the Patreon. Actually, just since I'm terrible at posting anything about my Patreon, I'll just go ahead and do it now. If you guys, perspective for sure, I definitely believe in perspective. What I kind of think of while going over this, hello everyone who joined the room as of late. If you're new, leave your name and say what up. We got a cool little squad going here. We have a cool ass Discord. As per John Smith, take your shoes off, pour yourself a cup of tea, pack yourself some oregano. Welcome home. But yeah, sometimes I think when he says the Godhead will come back and do these things, I wonder if it's speaking in code and not saying as if something will come down. Because Thoth says on many occasions that our path, our journey is to ascend into oneness because we are all one, separated by this illusion of separated by an illusion, and the illusion is the ego, which gives us this sense of individuality, sense of experience, but that we are all a piece of God himself. So I wonder if we are that God, because what made me think of that was he says by will, by contains things, story, yada 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 yada. It is wrought inside the process of time by the eternal will of the Creator, as above so below. We have a will just like the Creator does. So what if it is not to our own benefit that we demonstrate our own will to change the word? Because while faith and prayer go a long way, he who helps himself is master of all things, and is one that determines, like I said in other videos, their own flow, rather than going with the flow of others. Greetings, Universal Faith. And yes, Johnny Ray Brampton, it is fucking... It is not only good to be bad. Fuck, you guys, it's not only good to be bad nowadays, it's praised to be bad. Oh my god, I don't even know where to start. Just think mainstream media, music culture, hip-hop culture. Lil Pump, for example, talking about... I didn't want to get into it. They shit on the world, they shit on men, they shit on women, they shit on each other, and people fucking love it. They hundreds of millions of listens and views on YouTube for people shitting all over each other, praising devil worship and praising the material world and praising fucking... I'm even getting carried away. But you're right, Johnny Ray. You're right. What can we do but spread the good word? What's up, you guys? So, some shameless. Yo, you guys, if you want to push the YouTube channel forward, there's two ways you can help. There's a ass ton of ways you can copy the background music. Yeah, it's actually a YouTube video, and I'll send you guys the link right now. I use it in just about every video I make, actually. It's my favorite. It puts me in the feels, if you know what I mean. Good morning, Bianca. Thanks for joining. Everyone say hello to Bianca. Bianca Jaguar. Oh. If you guys want to help out the channel, that would be amazing. I thank you for even considering it. Patreon is my usual go-to. So if you guys don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a platform where content creators can be supported by their fans. As you guys know, I don't monetize my channel, which means I don't slam you with ads, because fuck ads. Who's trying to listen to the Emerald Tablets and then try to get sold on buying some stupid fucking candle or something like that? Not that candles are stupid, I make candles myself, but I wouldn't want to hit you with a fucking buy my candles 45 minutes into a Emerald Tablets reading. Like, that's just retarded. So no, I don't advertise on my YouTube channel. But I do have a Patreon, which I just posted in the link, or in the chat box. And the way it works is like a subscription. You can, like, hey Keith, here's $1 a month. Thanks for the content, keep it up. Or here's 5, 10, 20. And if you're feeling awesome, here's $50 a month. If you're making like $1 million a year and you use it as a tax write-off. If that's the case, you should just donate like $500 a month and use it as a tax write-off. That's one way you can support the channel. And I think we're up to like $30 a month right now. But yeah, it helps. I mean, or you could do the usual things to help out the channel. Comment on the videos, share the content, like, do that whole thing. You know what's funny right now? We have 18 people in the room and 18 likes. And the last live I did, we hit 18 and 18 likes. Oh, now we're 19 people, 19 likes. But I've been seeing 18. I feel like that's a weird number to see often, because it's not something you can see on a clock or anything like that. But yeah, that being said, you guys, unless you guys have any, there's one more thing. Okay, on a real note, J Catalyst has it really? That's really cool. Nice. Okay, so on a real note, I'm gonna be opening up sessions for coaching via Man of Letters. It's gonna be purely donation only. If you want to donate fucking $0 and a high five, boom, then you're donating $0 and a high five. What the determining factor will be, though, however, is first email me, and I'll post this again. I know that is funny, isn't it, Jay? It's super funny. First, email me, let me know you're interested, and tell me a little about yourself. And I'm going to devise some sort of screening process based off of, I don't know, maybe your Instagram or your email that you send me, or a particular, or where you're at in your life. I obviously can't help fucking everybody, but I can help a lot of you. That being said, if you're interested, shoot me an email. I'm only going to take 3 people, though, because it's going to be like a legitimate program, like meet once a week, once a month for an hour or so, go over some shit, hammer out some shit. So I don't want to take on more than 3, because that's a lot to be taxed at once. If you're interested, shoot me an email. If not, keep watching the videos. And I think that's it. Unless you guys have anything else to say or bring up. Did you really, J Catalyst? I got the hiccups. That's amazing. Really amazing. Fuck, I had the hiccups. J Catalyst, people who work with numbers, generally speaking, would add them up and get it to a single digit. So 8 and 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17, plus 1 is 18, 1 and 8 is 9, and 9 is like the god number of god numbers in pretty much any occult practice. So research the number 9. Oh, it seems that number 9 already is there, so. Does our reality exist in the mind of the Creator? Yes. All realities, everything that's ever existed, ever period, and ever will exist, exists in the mind of the Creator. Any other questions? By the way, you guys, there's quite a few of you guys in here, so I just want to say thanks for being in the room. I know it's a Saturday, and it's probably your guys' day off, and you could be doing anything, chilling at the beach, going for hikes, reading, writing, watching Netflix, having sex with your lover. But you're here. Unless you're doing one or all of those things while watching this. If it was the last of that list, that's interesting. But thank you. What I'm trying to say is thanks for being here, you guys. Thank you for being here. Huey, yes and no. Our mind is like and unlike the Creator. It operates the same way. What we think we manifest, and our manifestation has an origin of the mind, just like the Creator. However, the Creator has an infinite mind. Actually, the Creator has a mind beyond infinity, because infinity is also an extension of the Creator, and is not subject, and therefore the Creator is not subject to infinity. So, the mind of the Creator is unfathomable. It's undefinable. While ours is definable, and could be argued is defined by our ego, by our individual perception of reality. How do you find your life number? I have no idea. I have no idea. I think you add up your name or some shit like that. Like you add up the letters of your name, the letters correspond to numbers, the numbers correspond to your life. However, I don't really know. But we can Google it. How do you find your life number? Begin with your full birth date. Okay, and then you reduce the numbers the same way you reduce the homegirl's street address, the 1818. So what's your birth date? You add up your birth date. For example, I was born April 13th, 1988. So April is the 4th month. So would that be 04 or it would just be 4? So 4, and then so add 4 plus 13, which is 4 again. So that's 8 plus 1988. So 8. 1988. 19 is 9, 9 is 10. This 8 is 18. This another 8 is 26. It's 26 plus 8 is 34. 3 plus 4 is 7. So my life number is 7. I think. Unless I did something wrong there. What is the life path Number 7. The Seeker. Huh? That sounds pretty relevant. You were born to learn to have faith in yourself and in others. There's a lot of spiritual energy surrounding you, so you need a strong spiritual base. You would excel. Check this out. I'm reading mine. You would excel as a philosopher, analyst, or researcher because you're always seeking truth and knowledge and love delving into life's mysteries. What up? You tend to devour information and excel when you're able to consolidate meaning out of a stack of data and then share your findings with like-minded people. I feel like I'm doing my life path. All right, thanks for bringing this up. This is so fucking cool. Also, if you're just joining right now, say hello. Tell us your name. Tell us a little about yourself. Welcome to the family. Do you feel as though you're a little out of place in the world? Many 7 life paths feel as though they're old souls who are here exploring the material world. You're most often on a different wavelength than other people. You're bright, intelligent, and intense. I wouldn't say I'm too intense. I'm trying to be low-key. You're good with technical problems at writing and discovering things. Intuition. Huh. The 7 is the number of contemplation and being alone. And I do feel like I thrive when I'm alone. I've been working to thrive when I'm not alone, but it's easier when I'm alone. Tends to be easier when I'm alone. You need consistent exercise to move your energy around as well. I go to the gym like fucking constantly since I was like 13. It's crazy. This thing's pretty spot on though, you guys. I'm reading my life path right now and I'm like, fuck. Even the negative shit, I'm like, fuck. When you're off track and lack psycho-spiritual resources, you're drawn to drugs, alcohol, sex, excessive travel, or overwork. You have profound gifts to share with the world. Powerful intuition, refinement, science, and philosophy are your strengths in a lifetime optimally devoted to study and inner reflection. These are all my fucking favorite things, guys. That's cool. You learned something new. It's funny that a bunch of us are 7s in here. We're fucking... That's too funny. Except for apples and peanut butter. Hello, apples and peanut butter. I don't eat apples and peanut butter very often, but I do eat apples and caramel often, and that shit is delicious. Ooh, Richard Garcia. Everyone say what's up to Richard Garcia. He's my dad. What up, Pops? Good. I'm coming to the house to check on the greenhouse in a couple minutes, Dad. 7263. So 2 is 9. 7 and 2 is 9. 6 and 3 is 9. 9 9 is 18. And of course, 18 is 9. So, Dad, you are a life path 9, which means you're God. I'm not sure. Life path number, just because 9 is like the ultra spiritual number, like number 9. The 9 life path is the most evolved in numerology and has one of the strongest vibrations because it contains the qualities of all the other numbers. If your belief system supports the idea of reincarnation, so if you believe in reincarnation, you might be relieved to know that the 9 vibration is that of a wise old soul, returning to wrap things up. If you don't believe in reincarnation, you'll still be relieved to know that your life is meant to be expansive and spiritually challenging. um, the 9 life path is fully and completely letting go and surrendering, um, and on gaining and acting upon higher spiritual principles, however you define them. Strong inclination to follow something you believe in, and you'll pursue this with great ambition and drive. You have an authentic regard for humanity, so your goals usually involve serving others in some way. Which I think is true because my pops takes care of the family like no one's business, so he definitely serves like no one's business. One of the strongest characteristics of your 9 life path is that you have issues with your original family. You may have felt unloved or abandoned as a child, or perhaps responsible for your parents. You often feel out of place, as though you don't really belong. In any event, your attachment to your original family is hard to give up. Unlike the 4 life path or the 8 life path, your family issues often reside more distinctly in enmeshment, whatever the hell that means. What does enmeshment mean? To catch, as in a net. The point for you is this with a 9. You're here to define yourself in a world without all the family-based flotsam and jetsam. You're all about transformation and letting go. So extracting yourself from an unhealthy sense of family identity is part of your plan. This isn't to say that you say goodbye to your family and never see them. Nonsense. This means that you define yourself for who you are and allow your family members to do the same. Just some good old healthy emotional and physical boundaries are needed in a special way for you. Damn, 9 is long. Hold on. Let's see if I can. Are we not predispositions to relate though? Life coach 9. He's number 1. Did I do that wrong? Am I reading the wrong one? Unless I did that wrong. 9. When you're in a room, everyone assumes you're in charge. You're the leader in many ways, yet you often place a lot of pressure on yourself. You need to lighten up and forgive yourself for being human. This is funny. That's actually definitely fits my dad. It says, well, I don't know about this part. It says 9 life paths are like 1 in 7 where they feel like they don't belong. But it says 9 specifically, you have an intimidating quality, and yet putting others at ease is actually one of your gifts. Which is very true. 9 is a deep number, which makes sense if it's the oldest one. It's got a lot to it. Your life revolves around loss of all kinds, so it can be confusing and disheartening unless you surrender yourself and allow what's next to come with open arms rather than bitterness. Your story of loss and pain is sometimes overwhelming and can drag you into apathy or resentment. A lifelong lesson is to work with the idea that you get limited rewards for your service. You're in your element when you're inspiring others by your example, not by what you say. You have incredible charisma and can choose to use that in either positive or negative ways. You would make an amazing teacher, counselor, or therapist. Good with children. Also would do well in the creative field. My dad's definitely the creative type. You would make a wildly successful entrepreneur or a business person. My dad runs his own business and kills it. Says as long as it's something you feel wholeheartedly passionate about. Life is a long one. Ooh, and I'm getting hungry as fuck. Seven 1963. Oh, that's right. I did do that wrong. 1963, not 63. I was reading the wrong one. Do you have any advice on how to make people listen to you and how to have a commanding presence? There's a lot of tips on how to speak and make people listen to you. Alright, this is my last tip that I'm taking off. I'm hungry as fuck. Alright, you guys? So, we're 80 minutes in. If you want to get people to listen to you, meditate often. 1, there's a glow that people pick up on you when you meditate often. I can't explain it, but the shit works. So that's the spiritual side of commanding attention and awareness. The second part is actual literal things that you can do, like practical things. Well, meditating is practical, but tools, speaking tricks, for example. Some that I learned a while ago are hold on, I want to look up Life Path 1 because I think I got that wrong from my dad. Some of those things didn't seem too close to my pops. Some of them were close, but not all of them. Anywho, alright. So speaking tips to command more attention. Think of cadence and think of rhythm. So we can apply this straight out of the Hermetic philosophy. try not to be monotone. I can be monotone because I'm almost too chill, so I have the same tone the whole time, which is boring, and you sort of get into a lull. So sometimes you can talk really loud. Like, I'll talk really loud if you notice and get real close to the camera. It's like, oh shit, he's getting close to the camera. Like, what's going on? And sometimes I'll be quiet. Like, talk quieter and slower and be drawn away, which sort of pulls you towards someone. Like, what are they saying? You know, you instinctively want to get closer to hear what they're saying. So it's like this push and pull of a dynamic when you speak. Also, sometimes speaking higher gets people's attention because you have that flux, you know what I mean? Or sometimes you can talk real low and it's like, yada, yada, yada. So, speaking, having a good speaking voice is about playing with the dynamics of your voice. High pitched, low pitched. Talking real soft so that people lean into you. And then talking super loud so you sort of startle them, like, what the fuck's going on? But also, so those are like some speaking tips. But then there's also just the comfort of being on a screen. And I started making YouTube videos in like 2014. You guys have been doing this shit for 5 years. And trust that if I would have hopped on a live in 2014, you would not recognize me. I would sound like a clown. I'd be super like, I'd be unsure of myself, unsure of how I speak. I wouldn't speak with confidence. I wouldn't be able to look directly into the fucking video lens and keep talking, because for some reason, whenever I would look into the lens, I would lose my train of thought because I would get like self-conscious. So practice really is the most important thing when it comes to ease of speaking and whatnot. Because you guys got to realize, when I do these lives and I do these readings, I'm fucking speaking out loud for hours and hours. I probably have hundreds of hours of speaking, public speaking now. Even speaking in person at like music festivals and shit. So there's no quote unquote trick other than practice makes perfect. And yeah, hope that helps. But that's it, you guys. Thanks for being here. And thank you, John, for sharing all the information. And thank you guys for being here. We have 22 people in the room with 22 likes. 2222. What up? And here's, before I go. So this is a song I made to go behind the Emerald Tablets. It's just piano, but I sort of speak the way I write music. And you want to be a storyteller. People like stories. That's also another huge tip when giving public speeches or anything, is to tell stories. And that's how music is. That's when we're playing the piano, like, follow the piano. The left hand is playing the rhythm. That's your foundation, right? That's something that you build on. It's home. Something you're always going to come back to. And then you have the melody. So notice all the space, how I go from playing a lot to there being a lot of space. Notes, 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 notes. Dancing, it's kind of like dancing. Space. Now I'm going up the octave to play something higher, so introducing dynamic. If you guys want to tell stories, if you guys want to be more captivating, tell stories. And have fun. Hello, Jenny Pete. Thanks for tuning in, even though I'm tuning out. Love you guys. And I'll see you real soon, yeah? Thanks, John Smith, for being the moderator, as per usual. And check you laters.